this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
Good morning, the goddess is here. So thank you. I love go inside and find my God, because that's what we talk about in unity. It's not about a God out there. It's not about some being that exists outside of us. But when we are looking and searching and holding true for ourselves, we go inside. We go inside to that God within that we are all already a part of, and we awaken to a fresh new day, to infinite possibilities. And we're going to talk about that today as we're lighting the candle of love. And I've asked Dick and Diana if they'll come up and start us off as we're going to do our Advent wreath. Not all unities do this, but I just love that we began our journey in faith and hope, and then we moved towards peace. And today we're going to be looking at love. And last week with Reverend Marilyn was joy. So if you'll make your rounds, I'd actually like to share all but the white one in the center. We're going to do that on the 24th. So I would like to share with you from Reverend Karen Ramastan, divine spirit that is love joins us together as one. Creator and creation are joined in love through all eternity. All humanity is bound by the thread of this love that connects all sentient beings, all that moves upon the earth and through the sky as one. We hold love as our divine inheritance and remind ourselves often that God is love. Therefore, we are love. Love is our continence as we walk through the moments and hours of our days and embody love that sees good until it is only good that appears in our lives. We hold a posture of love by opening our hearts with compassion and loving kindness for our world and all of its inhabitants. And with this, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God, the creator of love, love in expression for each and every one of us. And thank you for lighting our Advent candles today. So if you will take just a moment and look back at the camera and welcome all of our friends and family online. Thank you to everybody who is out of state, in state, and just choosing to join us for the next hour or so here. In the sanctuary, this holy space that we create that we call Unity of Palm Harbor. So in this wonderful time of giving and receiving and blessings that just abound, can you feel when the energy is rising? When you know something's different in your life? Come on in, come on in. I know that this morning in the dark, before the birds even began singing, I could hear the rumbling of both of my monster dogs in the bed. You know, I could hear the snoring of the Great Pyrenees and the brushing aside of my Great Bernese. And I thought, wow, this is the sacred sound of love. This is the love in my house. So I know that each and every one of you have an expression of love that shows up for you every day. It could be what you are expressing to your family, your friends, to those people you go through the drive-through. Get that chicken sandwich, that hamburger, that taco, whatever's working for you. And then know as you are coming back to these circles of like-mindedness that we join together in our divine expression of the love that we understand. And we move into a place of compassion that we can share from our heart space, the truth about who we are. So I think I need to do some announcements before we do songs. Yes? Okay. This part is not my rhythm, but we're working on it. So here we go. There is in the foyer a piece of paper that shows all the holiday schedule. Something new this year, on the 20th of December, we're doing the winter solstice with Nana Hendricks. If you are a drummer or a rattler, bring them on in. We're going to have a good time. This will be a fun evening. Starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to have Christmas Eve at 7. This will be the candlelight service, and we have a few people in the congregation that are going to bring us the story of Christmas through the eyes of Joseph. Now, we didn't leave Mary out. She's a part of it, but this is a very interesting take on what Joseph reveals about his understanding of the Christ light. Then, of course, New Year's Eve is our burning bowl ceremony. We're going to actually do it with environmentally friendly, water-soluble paper. We're going to take good care of this sanctuary, and our insurance company will love us. And for those of you who love to create mantras, January 2nd, we're going to do the white stone ceremony. And we will go deeply inside, and we will ask in a meditation, what is our 1 or 2 words to set the tone for the new year? And we'll actually write them on a little tablet, and there's a special ceremony that goes with that. And on that day, we will welcome our new prayer chaplains in, and we will again love and honor those who choose to serve us in prayer, as that is the heart of unity. For anyone who doesn't know, we have our prayer box over there in the middle window with a dove. If you write down a prayer, we will bless it and pray with you, and then we send it to Unity Village for 30 days. So you can go online, for anybody online, and send us your prayer requests. We get them weekly. If you're advertising your specialties, we don't want that. But if you would like prayer support, we would like to support you in your prayer. I do want to make an announcement that there are board member applications out in the hall. If you would like to shine in leadership in 2022 and you are a member, remember, we've got big things happening. We're going to be creating a new place for our youth to gather, a new place for us to be social. So any talent that you have, that you would like to bring forward, we're inviting you to fill out one of those applications. And in January, I'm going to be teaching a accredited Unity class, Conversation Skills. We have 6 or 7 people signed up. It's going to be a fabulous class, working with nonviolent communication, crucial conversations. Looks like, okay, for Reverend Marilyn, everybody is now aware that her last official day as our assistant minister is January 9th. We're going to begin having a table out there. So if you'd like to give her a card or bring her a little gift, we just want to show our appreciation. We had a lot of fun last Sunday, a lot of good times. A couple of our kids were here, adult kids, and we had a wonderful barbecue outside. So this is a place of coming together, like-mindedness, fellowship, celebration, and we invite you to be a part of all of it as our new year comes upon us. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to our musicians. I've got a great friend, Gabriel Nelson, coming in from Atlanta, and our own Greg Aiken is going to join him, and that'll be the 29th, a Wednesday, 7 to 8, 8:30.
We are one. Wherever we go in love. Wherever we are one. Sing that with us. Wherever we go in peace. Wherever we go in love. Wherever we are one. Here we are in this room, knowing we are one. Together we will always be messengers of love. We are one. Wherever we go in peace. Wherever we go in love. Wherever we are one. Wherever we go in peace. Wherever we go in love. Wherever we are one. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, what a nice big group. When you're sitting up front, you don't know how many people come in after you. It's lovely. I'm Judith Overcash. I'm one of our licensed teachers and prayer chaplain. And I have the privilege of reading today's daily word. And it follows love, obviously. We're all in love today. So take these words for your Christmas blessing. I remember to open myself to divine love and let it flow through to others. What makes a Christmas to remember? It may be delicious food. It may be unexpected gifts, glittering decorations. But most of all, it's the people we love. Christmases when the kids were little and too excited to sleep. The Christmases when everyone was together under one roof. And perhaps the last Christmas when someone who is absent. Our memories dwell in love. Christmases come and go through a lifetime, and some are more memorable than others. One may be a sumptuous feast with extended family, but another might be a movie and a burger with a friend. It's love that makes the memory. Hearts outflowing when together, hearts longing when apart, hearts at peace with the changing seasons of life. All love is an expression of divine love. Love isn't generated solely from within, but instead flows through us from a higher source. That makes love inexhaustible. We live in the ocean of love that is God, love that animates us and through us envelops others. We are conduits, every one of us here today. We are conduits for the divine, expressing God as love this Christmas. And from the book of John, these words, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. And I remember to open myself to divine love and let it flow to others." And so it is.
From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land, playing songs of hope. It's distance, the world sings silent night, like a soft embracing song. From a distance, the words sound sweet and calm, and all is bright and warm. From a distance, we are instruments marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They're the songs of everyone. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. Gloria in excelsis Deo. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. From a distance, I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting is for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the song of joy, it's the song of peace, it's the song of everyone. In this season of universal love, these are the songs of everyone. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. God is watching us. God is watching. God is watching us from a distance. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Joy to the world.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition. I invite you now into meditation. If you like, close your eyes. And I'm inviting you to come into that heart of God. With all the busyness of the season, what a wonderful opportunity we have just to settle in and know that perfect gift that we've been looking for, we'll find it. That perfect expression of the holiday, we'll come across it. Spirit guides every aspect of our lives. And for this celebration of the birth of the Christ, every opportunity opens itself up to us. If you've been seeking that perfect gift, look no further. It's been in your heart all along. We call it love. And love is not the only gift in that box. We find that there is light and laughter that goes along with that love. The moment you express your love, Look at the smiles on faces of others. See how they light up in your presence as you express your love. We have so many opportunities for kindness, for gentleness throughout the year. And at this special time, we express and extend those opportunities even greater so that people know and recognize we are the love. It is within each of us to be that. As we look forward to life, we create a vision of what we choose to see in the future. We are creating that vision for unity of Palm Harbor. We are creating that same vision for each of us individually in our spiritual lives, in our work lives, our play lives. For that vision of the future comes to each of us, and we are inspired by that divine creator that brings us opportunities, visions, and we are enchanted with all of this beauty, all of this glory, everything that we have at our fingertips. Let's just for a moment go into the silence, and as we do, engage yourself in that vision of your future, holding hands with the Christ as we walk into tomorrow in the silence. And as we come back into this room, we feel that presence surrounding us, loving us, caring for us. And as this meditation concludes, when you open your eyes, I invite you to look around and see the face of God loving you everywhere in this room. And so it is. Amen.
Christmas lights on the tree, songs here for you and me, colored stars as far as you can see, down the avenue, bringing light to everyone. It's the season of fun, hearts warming by the fire all day. The love flowing within me can't help but come out. I feel a new life beginning as I shed my doubt to a turnabout and find that life is for winning. Families all up the block finally take time to stop, and I see my family in all of you. Christmas lights on the tree, they keep reminding me the light inside of me is me. We sing that with me? Christmas lights. Christmas lights on the tree, they keep reminding light inside of me is me. The love flowing within me can't help but come out. I feel a new life beginning as I shed my doubt, do a turnabout, and find that life is for winning. Sing it again, Christmas lights. Christmas lights on the tree, they keep reminding me the light inside of me is me. And again, Christmas lights on the tree, they keep reminding me the light inside of me is me. Thank you.
Some of you may remember that Charlie Thweet joined us and did a service not long ago, and he is now making his home in Dunedin and Clearwater. So I hope he will join us. And if you just want to take a little piece of him home with you, he's got some music out in the foyer, and I'm sure he'd be happy to accommodate you. So thank you, Charlie. That was beautiful. He'll be back again today and do some more music with us as well. So I want to share on this beautiful love experience, the love train. I don't know where that came from, but it just popped right on in. So get on board, get on board. So I want to share a beautiful story. And some of you may know this story, but I thought this really speaks to the season. And it's called For the Man Who Hated Christmas. This is written by Nancy Gavin. It's just a small white envelope stuck amongst the branches of Christmas tree. There's no name and no identification, no inscription. It has peeked through the branches of our tree for the past 10 years or so. It all began because my husband Mike hated Christmas. Oh, not the true meaning of Christmas, but the commercial aspects of it. The overspending, the running around, the last-minute gifts, the panic, the unfun part of Christmas. Knowing he felt this way, I decided one year to bypass the usual shirts and ties, the sweaters and so forth. I reached for something special, just for Mike. The inspiration came in a very unusual way. Our son Kevin, who was 12 at the time, wrestled at the junior level of school. And shortly before Christmas, there was a non-league match against a team sponsored by an inner city church. These youngsters dressed in sneakers so ragged that the shoestrings seemed to be the only thing holding the shoes together. They presented a sharp contrast to our boys, who were outfitted to the nines. I was alarmed to see that the other team was wrestling without headgear, a kind of light helmet designed to protect a wrestler's ears. It was a luxury that this team obviously could not afford. Well, we ended up walloping them. We took every weight class, and as each of their boys got up from the mat, they swaggered back in their tattered shorts and their false bravado and a kind of street pride that couldn't be acknowledged in defeat. My husband, seated beside me, shook his head sadly. I wish just one of them could have won, he said. They have a lot of potential, but losing like this could take the heart right out of them. Mike loved kids, all kids. He coached kids. That afternoon, I went to a local sporting goods store and bought an assortment of wrestling headgear and shoes and sent them anonymously to the inner city church. On Christmas Eve, I placed a white envelope on the tree. The note inside telling my husband what I had done, and this gift was from me. His smile was the brightest thing about Christmas this year and in the succeeding years. For each Christmas, I followed tradition. One year, sending a group of mentally handicapped youngsters to a hockey game. Another year, a check to a pair of elderly brothers whose home had burned to the ground. The envelope became the highlight of our Christmas. It was always the last thing opened on Christmas morning, and our children, ignoring their new toys, would stand with wide-eyed anticipation as their dad lifted the envelope from the Christmas tree. As the children grew, their toys gave way to more practical presents, but the envelope never lost its allure. And the story doesn't end there. You see, we lost Mike last year due to cancer. When Christmas rolled around, I was so wrapped in my grief that I did not want to put up a Christmas tree. But the children, my adult children, wanted it. So on Christmas Eve, I placed my envelope on the tree. And in the morning, it was joined by 3 more from each of our children. Each of our children, unbeknownst to the others, had placed an envelope on the tree for their dad. What a beautiful, beautiful Christmas story. And I want to share here that we know we were gifted a beautiful amount from a very special lady who so loved unity of Palm Harbor, that she gifted us a significant amount of money. And from that money, I reached out to the congregation and I said, we are going to tithe 10% back. Where do you want the money to go? And each one of you present that day scrolled on the back of some paper where you wanted the money to go. And we divided it into 5 categories. People said the homeless. So we reached out to RCS, which is now called the Hope Institution, and it feeds our homeless, it helps battered women, it helps people get back on their feet again, and it feeds them. So money went towards this charity. We reached out to Feed Tampa Bay, and money went towards this charity. People said they wanted things here on the grounds, and we've got a big project coming in 2022 that we as a congregation will decide where the rest of the money goes. Someone reached out and said, I want to take care of the environment. So we put some of the money towards the environment. We as a congregation have so much strength. We have so much power. We have so much love that when we declare where we want things to change, where we want to manifest love in action, we come forward as a group and we do this. So we gave away $25,000 for the betterment of those outside of us because you chose to do that. So since love can appear in many different forms, I've asked Rob to show y'all a little TikTok video.
That one friend that can motivate you ain't got no damn business doing. That friend that can make you move into doing things you know you're gonna go to jail for.
So when I saw that, I thought, wow, what greater love for a friend can you have but to dare to go to possibly jail for? But it was just a fun, seasonal sort of thing because I think the whole message of Christmas is about connection. You know, when we talk about the disciples, and we did share about Peter, who was Simon, and he had to walk in his faith a number of times before he was declared to be the rock, the foundation, before he got it, because he messed up a lot of times. And if you remember, Jesus, the Christ, said, upon this I will build my church. But he had to go through everyday occurrences and mess up a few times. And then we looked at Matthew, the tax collector. He was hated by his own people. But he had such a strong inner faith. He studied the Torah. He studied the laws. And he said, but I am more than what you see on the outside. And when Jesus called to him and said, follow me, Matthew laid down everything and followed what he believed to be the true light. And today I'm going to bring you John. John's color is red. John is known to be love in the unity teachings. But John himself was also called the son of thunder. That doesn't sound very loving. I'm thinking, what was his journey to be one of the most trusted of the disciples for the Christ? He is declared to be one of the most loved of Jesus. But he had to get there from somewhere. He had to start somewhere. And there's a scene in the Bible where there's a man who is not part of the disciples, and he is casting out demons. He is healing people. And Jesus and his entourage come across this man, and John steps forward and says, stop! You're not one of us. And Jesus says, John, whatever you declare in my name is true. We are the gift of love. We are the gift of life. So allow this person to heal in my name. And I thought, what great lessons for John. He is part of the entourage. He is part of the chosen 12. And y'all know there's a lot more than 12, right? Okay, just checking with you. Check those Bible sources. But I want you to say that John represented love, but he did it in such a way that he also had to learn what was true love. When you think about love, what would be some of the first words that might come to you? Call them out.
Heart. Baby.
Baby.
Heart.
Infant.
Heart.
What is it?
Heart.
Heart. Brotherly love. Yes. So I'm also thinking, I'm thinking love. Part of loving somebody is wanting the greatest good for them. The connection. What are we doing in fellowship? What are we doing when we come together on a Sunday? Because there's many choices for us to exhibit our own loving being. We could be at the ballpark watching grandchildren play soccer. That's loving. We could be taking a walk with our dog in the gardens. That's loving. But many of us choose to Sunday morning come in a like-mindedness to understand for ourselves these teachings about love. And I see that so much as the connection. So the silly little story I told you this morning about my own dogs lying in the bed in the dark snoring, I thought, wow, I have brought cats in their lives. I've brought other dogs in their lives. And because it's a loving environment, everybody was welcomed. They didn't chase off the cat. They didn't chase off my cousin's German Shepherd. We just accepted in love. When we had our big feast outside for Reverend Marilyn last week, I thought one way that I like to show love is by cooking for others. And in doing so, I'm looking at, will there be vegetarians there? What if people don't like pork? Could we have something else? And I gather like-minded people with me. What do you want to do to be a part of this? So there's a preparation. There's a thought process. And at the heart of it, I'm looking at community. What can I give? What little drummer boy can I play to bring a gift that I can give to the table? And it was so much fun. And I thought, you know, when we travel, my daughter and I went to Crete, one of the islands of Greece, for her 30th birthday. And we sat down in this fun, open restaurant. And on the wall, it talked about the grandmother's recipes. So we asked, what is the best thing that we could order? It was goat. Goat. Well, I wasn't really sure how I felt about that. But this was the grandmother's recipe. This is the connection through generations, people who live all over the world. Why would they advertise this as some of the best if we were going to ignore sharing from the heart? I'll tell y'all, that was the best goat I've ever had. Now, I will also equally share, we have the power of discernment. And when I went to Peru, they have in cages guinea pigs. Pooey? These are guinea pigs. And guinea pigs are chosen there like we go to Red Lobster and you stick your hand in the tank, or somebody does, right? Okay, so the little lady, and I didn't speak her language, she didn't speak mine, and she's looking at me to pick a guinea pig. And I looked at her and I said, no. In America, we love guinea pigs. We don't. So I had alpaca instead. But anyways, my whole point being that when we are giving of ourselves, we are looking for a place to connect. We are looking for a place that each one of us can reach out to the other and find this spot that we are accepted, that we live in a totality of being accepted just the way we are. And isn't part of that an expression of love? Keeping people in your heart and not outside your circle. Allowing the freedom not to judge, but to allow people to show up exactly as the expression they are. There are several people in the congregation today that we went last night before, and we saw the, help me out. Yeah, so it's the Gay Men's Chorus doing the Christmas special, and you guys, this was fabulous. So when they show up in Tampa and do Raining Men, I expect all y'all to come. But it was so passion-filled, and everybody in there was mesmerized. We just held them in this circle of light, expressing the divine for each and every one of us. Let go of the judgment. Be in the presence of love. That's what I think the Christmas story is all about. Jesus didn't come as a man in fire and horses and brimstone. He came as a simple peasant boy. That's the story. No different than anybody else. Didn't shine with a great big crown of glory, but instead walked amongst the people. That's us. We are that Christ. We are that essence of acceptance, of sharing our love from the heart, of letting go of judgment. These things I do, you can do, and greater. When you cast out something that no longer serves you, you don't need Jesus to be there with you. You don't need Peter or John. You have that power within to look within and say, this no longer serves me, and to shift your consciousness. This is your gift. This is your power. This comes when we go inside from that place of a loving heart, an understanding heart, because we know when we're in tune. We know when we're in alignment, and we know when we're not. So I'm inviting you in this holiday season to reach inside and say, what is my gift to bring? How do I express love? Where can I share from the heart in a way that makes our community better? Not only right here at Unity of Palm Harbor, but we have friends online that write me letters, that call. They are so connected to us, even when we don't physically see them. So maybe in your prayer time, hold in the light, hold in the love, all these people that we are touching, and allow that energy to expand even beyond what you can see and feel and hear. I want to share something that Linda Martella-Whitsitt writes in her book, Divine Audacity. She came to visit us and did a beautiful job. So I want to share what she says about love. I focus my attention on the energy center of love within my body, in and around my heart. To attune to this radiating center of love, I place my hands over my heart. I invite you now, place your hand over your heart. Divine love is my name and true nature. I gratefully acknowledge that the well of love can never run dry, for the source of love is eternal. Under the influence of love, I awaken to more love than I have ever known. I call forth the magnetizing power of divine love. My thoughts are magnetic. Whatever dreams I am holding, I send them through the light of love. I center myself in realization that the dreams I have planted and I am devoted to must bear fruit by the very magnetizing power of love. And so for each one of you, I hold this to be true in this incredible, beautiful Christmas season as we walk our truth and we display our power of love. Namaste.
I just want to share that both of the songs, the one before and this one, I wrote in the early 80s when I first started going to Unity, and it's just fun that there, I mean, you can always sing a Christmas song once a year, right? So. Christmas is upon us, it's a wondrous time on earth, and everyone is singing of your holy, lowly birth. It is your birthday, Jesus, so I'll sing along, and yet there is something I'll never forget. There is something I'll never forget. We all recall the wise men who with shepherds saw your star, and the kingly gifts they brought you, gold and frankincense and myrrh. When they knelt themselves before you after traveling so far, did they feel the great presence you are? Did they feel the great presence you are? Like the keeper of the inn who had no empty room to spare, sometimes I fill my life with things and leave you out somewhere. It's so good you left the manger for the work you had in store, to be the man you the world was waiting for. I'm so glad you're not a babe anymore. Christmas is upon us, it's a wondrous time on earth, and everyone is singing of your holy, lowly birth. It is your birthday, Jesus, so I'll sing along, and yet there is something I'll never forget. It's your love I will 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 never forget. And there it is, love. Thank you.
So if you'll, maybe let's rub our hands together and let's do a little blessing here. You know, our whole unity blessing about And we're going to hold this out to the universal flow. Not only that, which is going to serve us internally, but we tithe off of all of our offerings. So together, let's say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all. And thank you, God. We appreciate these blessings. Yes, Judith?
Prayer chaplain.
Oh, sorry. So Judith was not only your daily word reader, she's also your prayer chaplain. So at the end of today, after service, if you'd like special support in prayer, it's always confidential, always from the heart. Judith's been a prayer chaplain for how long?
It says 10.
10 years. We got a decade on you. So if you need a little prayer support, please know that we have that available to you, for you. Anybody who's watching us online, Greg Aiken and I did a special Christmas to Remember. It is for people that have, maybe you don't have family presently with you. Maybe they've passed on. And so we spent some time together and we're honoring those that you loved. And that's online. You're welcome to join us and watch that. We are here to glow as the light of God. We are the light of God. We are here to embrace as the love of God. We are the love of God. We are here to stand in truth as the power of God. We are the power of God. We are here to radiate as the presence of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. And I think we're going to have lyrics up here, so we can stand and join them a little differently than the peace song, but I think you'll have fun.
So this is like a German beer hall peace song. So I want to actually, this is called Life on the Planet is Fun. It's about how you're great the way God made you in the first place. And you can sing as much as you can. If nothing else, you can la-la along. So I want to get everyone to swing back and forth. So swing to your right, to your left. So keep swinging like you're in a German beer hall. Oh, life on the planet is fun. You don't have to try to be anyone, 'cause you are already. Yes, you are who you are already. And true love's so much fun. Are you ready? We are all one. Are you ready? Here come the la-las. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Just kick back and feel what's right here. The only thing you were afraid of was fear, and it's gone already. If you say so, it's gone already. And true love's much more fun. Are you ready? We are all one. Are you ready? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now you see the truth from within. A memory gone now comes back again. And you know who you are already. You're the truth, you're the life already. And true love's so much fun. Are you ready? We are all one. Are you ready? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Even louder. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And the life on the planet is fun. Thank you.
It was time to end it.
be a safe and happy Christmas, especially anyone who's traveling who won't be here. Otherwise, same bat channel, same place. See you next weekend.